So, hi guys, fishies. If you've missed your workout on November 18th, that was our first group workout virtually. We are going to go over what I kind of expect that workout to look like. I'm going to go over warm-ups, the moves that I've listed, and a little bit of the cool down, and also your timing scheme, so what your rest intervals look like. So you're going to start with your warm-ups. It's going to be windmill squats, 16 of them, your lunges, 8 of each on each side, and then also your inchworms. So your windmill squats are the ones with thumbs up, pinkies down, adding a squat once you're ready. And when you squat, I want you to spread the floor between your feet, even in the knees. So I don't want your knees to cave in. I want them to be strong and spreading the floor. And again, you're moving with your arms coming backwards this way, okay? The other thing I want you to do after 16 of those is your front lunges. So I want you to step on your train tracks. You're gonna step forward, all right, hitting your 90, and then up into your balance. So when you're going into your balance, you step forward and come back up. I want you to hit that 90-degree angle at the hip, at the knee, and then your shin should be underneath that knee, right? So pull those toes up. 8 on one leg, 8 on the other. Then you're gonna go into your side lunges. I won't do them all with you. I trust that you'll do them on your own. When you're doing your side lunges, I want your toes pulled forward, pointed in the same direction. So if you're feeling like your toes are pointing out this way, that's not what I'm looking for. So I want them to be pointed forward, knee tracking towards the second toe, but staying over the midfoot. So if I'm going out to the side, right, I'm bringing my hip back. So if this isn't happening, put your hip back, sit it down, and then bring it up into that balance position for me, right? 8 on one side, 8 on the other, then your inchworms. Starting with your arms up, gonna reach down. I want you to dynamically stretch your hamstrings, walk your hands out, hit that push up, walk it back, hands up, that counts as 1. Now, whenever you're doing these, if push-ups aren't really in your playbook right now, you're gonna lay all the way down onto the ground. Hit your plank. So let's say I'm going all the way down, hit your plank, strong plank, and then walk it back up. So I'm gonna leave that up to you guys, but you are gonna hit 12 of them, hands up, remember, shoulder blades involved. Okay. Then you're gonna do whatever we did on your one-on-one meeting. You're gonna work on those little mobility drills or whatever it is that I gave you for homework. If you have none, or you can't remember them, you're gonna go into a little bit of hip mobility. So you're gonna be down on the ground, step, let's say right foot to right hand, same side. Then you're gonna put your right hand on your ear, point that elbow down, in between your hand and your foot, reach it up. So keep your hips trying to face them towards the floor so that they're nice and even. You're targeting here the hip flexors, your mid-back, and then a little bit of shoulder stability on that standing shoulder. Try to be even between those 3 points of contact on the floor. All right, at least 4 on each side. Spend a little time where it needs a little bit more care. All right, whew. All right, now we go into your set. So the first thing you're gonna see on the list is the eccentric squats, okay? That just means we're gonna work on this posterior chain, anything behind the hips today. So when you're going into your squats, I'm looking for 4 seconds on the way down. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1 second on the way up. That's what we're looking for, okay? So 4 seconds down, 1 second up. Okay. If you're loading the squats, you're gonna put weight on your shoulders, and you're gonna go slow down, 1 up. Now, when you're loading them, if you're going with a 45-pound or heavy weight, you're going for about 6 reps. If you're using 10 or 15 pounders on each side, you're going for about 12. So that's the reason why there's 6 to 12 there. Depends on how you're loading. If you're going with body weight, you're gonna go with 20. It could still get the job done, but you really have to focus on form. If you're just pumping out 20, that's not gonna get the job done. You gotta go slow on the way down, control, then up. 4 rounds. Between each round, you're gonna have 30 seconds rest, right? Between each rep of set of squats. Then you're gonna do the same intervals for your back lunges. So in the warm-up, we went forward. Now we're coming backwards. Still on the train tracks. You're gonna come down, focus on where your knee is going. It shouldn't be coming in. I want it to be nice and on track here, pulling them out this way if anything. And then slowly descend. My body is over my hips and my shoulders are nice and in line. And I want this knee to never touch the floor. It's about 1 inch. And then you're gonna drive up. So again, if you're loading, same thing with the weights. Going heavy, that's fine. Do 6 on each leg. If you're going about 10 to 15 pounds each, you're going about 12. And then if you're going with body weight, you just gotta really focus on slowing it down and then driving it back up, okay? Nice, slow, controlled movements. Same, you'll see the intervals and the sets, same on each side, 4 rounds, 30 seconds between each round. Then you're gonna see a set in purple, that's your superset. So that just means that we're doing back-to-back exercises, very limited rest between, and then once you finish that second workout or the second move, that's where your rest interval is. That's that 30 seconds rest that we're talking about. So your first move is out to the side, toes pointed forward just like in our warm-up. This time you're gonna load them or have them here. Okay, so if you're holding dumbbells either on your shoulders or framing that foot, toes pointed forward, and then driving. So same, you're gonna see the same sets, 6 to 12 depending on the weight, or 20 depending on if you're doing body weight, but you really have to focus on slowing it down, and that's why you see the 2-second pause at the very bottom of your move. So 1, 2, and then you're moving out of it. You're gonna stay on one leg the whole time, then the other, then immediately into a plank toe tap. So for your planks, what I'm looking for is good form. So you're gonna be tapping this way. I'm gonna be wanting you to watch where your toes are going. So if your toes are turning out as you're stepping and doing this swoopy thing, then I know that you're weak in the hips. So I want you to point your toes towards the ground the entire time. And the other thing you're looking for is that you're not bumping the hips up or dipping them down. So if you feel like as you tap you're coming here, shift your body forward and readjust. It's okay to need to shake it out. You're gonna do 20 taps all together, and then take a rest, and then do that again. So that superset round 4 times. Then I'm gonna go ahead and link you to the timer that I'm using for your Tabata intervals. You're gonna do 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off for these next 4 moves. So a little circuit for you to kind of feed your muscles the right oxygen, okay? So here are your 4 moves for the intervals. I'm gonna start with number 1 is a step replace. So I'm gonna start with a hip hinge, flat back, feet planted on the ground, then I'm gonna bend my knees. All right, from there, I'm gonna step and I'm gonna replace. Step and replace. And the goal of this is to maintain that posture, maintain that core alignment and stability while I step, and I don't wanna reach with my toes. I wanna reach from my knee out and then step in. You never wanna come into a narrow stance. So every time I'm stepping, I'm right here. Depending on where you're at, adjust the speed. I like slow and controlled for this. If you're feeling strong, you could speed it up a little bit, but the goal is for quality movements. And then when you hear that 20-second, like midpoint of your 40-second timer, sink it a little lower. So making sure that you're not rising throughout your set. All right, from there, we are gonna go into slow mountain climbers. So again, you're hitting the plank on the floor. So making sure your butt isn't here. And then you're gonna go into slow motion climbers where you draw the knee up to the middle. So it should be in line with your hip and your shoulder, and your toes are pulled up. So nice and slow and controlled. Wherever your knee ends up, you can generally pull it up a little further, about an inch further than you think. So you're really engaging the core muscle groups, okay? And then your third move is a tricep dip. So I'm just gonna grab a chair. Okay. You should use a chair sturdier than this one probably. Your fingertips are gonna be pointed towards your body. And what you're gonna do is dip your butt close to the bench or whatever surface you're using. Just like that, and try to keep your elbows squeezed together. When you hit the top of your move, make sure you're pushing your body up so that your shoulders are not collapsing towards your ears. So nice and controlled there. Remember, you have 40 seconds, so don't speed through them because I want you to be consistent through the 40. If you want to make it harder, step your feet out, but make sure you're bending your elbows, okay? 40 seconds of that. And then for the very last thing you're gonna do is jumping jacks. So everybody kind of knows how to do those. You're just gonna make sure that you're not breaking the plane here. So you wanna keep your arms drawn back in line with your ears as you come up and down. I want you to hit about 50 jumping jacks in the 40 seconds. And then after that, you can take a 30-second break, repeat that cycle over 4 times, okay? Whew. Can we go over some stretches? Okay, we're gonna do a few stretches. starting with an IT band stretch. So if my wall is on my right side right now, my right foot is gonna step over, same side. My left arm will reach over. So my left leg behind me, my left arm coming up over top, is gonna give me length in this side and stretch out my IT band and my TFL, side of this hip here. So I'm gonna repeat this 30-second stretch on the other side, right leg behind, keep both feet on the ground, and just stretch, stretch, stretch. Okay, 30 seconds. Then I'm gonna go into a quad stretch. I want you to focus on pulling your knees together, hips in a line, shoulders in a line, so don't collapse into it. And the other thing is I want you to watch where your back is. So let's say I'm holding my right foot. I don't want my back to curve like this. I want you to tuck your pelvis under you and make sure that you're getting a stretch all across this front of your thigh. All right, I think we're gonna leave off with that and one more arm stretch for you. So take your arm up over the top. Go ahead and pull that tricep down. For this one, I want you to make sure you're maintaining good posture, looking straight ahead, not collapsing into it. So just keep your ribs lifted, and then I think we're gonna finish with that. If you have any questions or anything like that, email me or go ahead and ping me and I'll try to get you back. Good luck on your workout and hope everything goes well.